What's up, everyone? Happy Monday. Hope you guys all had an amazing weekend, and let's get right into another recap here. So, today I started the week off horribly, right? I got destroyed. As you could tell from looking at the thumbnail, I was down over 1% on the day, so not the best at all. And I just want to go ahead and cover kind of what happened today that made me be red because I definitely made such a rookie mistake that I've made. I guess I make time and time again, and I always, I guess, have to be humbled by it the same way. But to summarize it, I think it was basically emotions today. I really couldn't manage my emotions, and I ended up setting some stupid plays I'm going to cover. But as far as basically covering how I did, long story short, right? To sum it up, you guys can see I was down $113 on TQs and I was up like nothing on SQs, right? So that means I lost the majority of my money on TQs thinking that the market was going to push up, right? And as you can see, besides, let's say, the first half an hour the market was open, it was a horrible day to try and be bullish, right? To try and be a bull on the day because NQ absolutely had a big sell off. And that's why you see my brother and I are also down a ton of money on the day, right? That I'm just down day trading wise, like 111, something like that. And we're down a lot because of Tesla, right? Tesla with the market ended up selling off, right? It did one factor of why the Nasdaq sold off so aggressively, but Tesla bled, right, down over 6% on the day, and it has just taken an absolute beating, right? Especially the past couple days. Look at the 5-day 5-minute, right? It was almost at highs of 280, and now it hit lows of 238.5 today. So that's pretty crazy. Tesla has definitely been on the downtrend, but going back into NQ, I want to cover why I focused on TQs today. And the reason why, as you can tell, is because the first half an hour the market opened up. So right around here was when the market opened up, and let me show you all my filled orders quick. Definitely a little more on the day than I'd like. 66, right? That's a lot for sure. I like to keep it around like 10 to 30 if possible. But my first trade, you guys will see, was on SQs, right? And that's because I thought the market was going to start selling off right when it opened. Right around here was when it opened up and we started to immediately get a little fall. But it's not until I saw that the market had a complete reversal, right? A nice support candle, and it broke above the EMA and wanted to really rally, right? It broke above this area it was struggling before. Once it broke above here, I thought we could really start seeing some big upside for NQ, especially looking at the bigger picture time frames. That's kind of what bit me in the back today, right? It's because I was looking at the bigger picture time frames, and I thought that the Nasdaq had potential to pick up to previous highs, let's say right around here, right? And I was gonna cut the majority of my shares right around, let's say, under 200, like right around 15,190, to not get too greedy, right? I don't want to hold for absolute highs, but unfortunately, we couldn't even break this resistance area. We validated it, and we got the sell-off. So I was actually green on the day to start off, right? Besides my play on SQs, when the market started to go, you guys will notice, right? At these times, 648, 657, the first half hour, I started averaging into TQQQ because it kept continuously pushing up, right? And it kept validating this blue EMA line here as a support. So it kept showing me signs that it wanted to keep uptrending. So I started to average in, and unfortunately, what ended up happening was the market basically ended up finding a resistance around this area, the top VWAP, and it validated it and ended up selling off. So what I was looking for was one more leg up, right? It kept trending up, and I thought right around here it might sell off a bit, but it could validate another leg up, right? To show that it wanted to keep using this blue EMA line here as a support to uptrend, right? And I thought it could look good to go, like let's say the 10-day 30-minute. I thought it could look good to go, let's say, to the highs it was previously at, right? Like I showed you, and unfortunately that's where I went wrong. I should have looked at it on other time frames and seen that it really wanted to validate that rejection here. It didn't want to keep going, And unfortunately, because I didn't get another leg up, if I did, let's say, and sold right around these areas, I would have been up and called it on the day, right? I would have been up over $100 on the day, because right where it was at, I was up like $50 to $60, and it still had room to push, right? I was fully averaged in. But unfortunately, we ended up starting to sell off, and now we started to use this blue EMA line here as the resistance rather than a support. So anytime it would approach it, now it would struggle to pass it. It would resist and keep selling off, right? And unfortunately, I ended up basically writing all of this back down. I ended up cutting the majority of my shares, let's say right around here, once it fell a good amount, and I was still green on the trade. But knowing me, I just kept trying to time the bottom, and I kept losing money on the way down. And it got to the point right here where I'd say this was a trade I really messed up on, where I let my emotions get to me. And just because it crossed the middle VWAP here, I fully sent the trade, even though I know I should have been more patient, right? Just because the Nasdaq crossed this the first time doesn't mean anything. It could easily get rejected still, right? I need to see that I wanted to cross it, and I've been patient to really continue this uptrend pattern. But I fully sent everything, even knowing that it wasn't the smartest, right? Because we just barely crossed above the resistance of the middle VWAP. So there was a big chance it could come back down too. And I just fully sent it because, like I said, I was emotional. I was just mad that I was about to be done on the day, and ended up giving everything back and continuously stopping out as I tried to predict the bottom. And unfortunately, as you could tell, it ended up going south. So I didn't manage my risk at all in this trade. I let run because I was up on the day, ended up giving back profits right after taking multiple red trades. And now, let's say I was broken even on the day, I started to go super red, all because I fully sent it early. And on top of that, I couldn't accept the fact that I was about to take a red trade, right? Lock that in. And I kept trying to hold and hold, thinking it was going to find a support somewhere here, and it never did. And I ended up losing way too much money on that one trade. That's where me and my brother really go wrong, right? We do have these trades for some reason. We just, I guess, can't put our ego down or something like that. And it really was not in my best interest to be averaging up because I didn't have clear confirmation. And yeah, that's basically it. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, I may have averaged up even as the Nasdaq started to fall, thinking I was gonna find another bottom or something like that. So that's where you can really go wrong, and all it takes is one trade to mess you up. So that's why it's so important to have a plan and stick to it. So I was down around 110 on the day, right? And I decided to call it. And knowing me, just one little improvement I could say on the day is I decided to follow through with my stop loss and walk away once I like hit that $100 mark right around there, right? And if I would have kept trading, and I would have kept trying to get in TQs, and unfortunately I would have kept getting wrecked. So it did save me more money in that sense today, but definitely a lot more to work on. And yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. I hope you all got something out of it. And yeah, I hope you guys are all able to end green today like I was not, unfortunately. So thank you guys all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Take care.